Hello. Oh, we're out on a bimble again. Beautiful day. Every day seems so beautiful. It's very strange because night is very cold, I've found. But yeah, the days bring this. So we're quite happy with all this. So, hope everybody's okay. I'll show you. See my little boy, look. Can you hear the bees and the birds? Hey, Mr. Lazy, come on. Come on then, Lazy. Yeah, bees and birds, beautiful. So in this little video, it's only a bit of fun really, but if you're going to comment on a video, know what you're commenting about, have an idea at least. I've seen two on my video, but two on my channel, but comments on other people's channels, that, you know, fellow YouTubers if you like, with people saying you're not allowed to be out. One of them said you shouldn't be out on your push bike, you should stay at home. Well, that's the opposite of what the government says, so that's a bit strange. My two comments, I got one that was a kind of a question, and it said, should you be out putting others in danger? Well, should I be out? Yeah, the government say I should. The government allow us to exercise, so yes, that's answered that. And putting others in danger. Let's have a look around at all the... Can you see all those people? No? Okay, let's try over there. How many people am I putting in danger? Let's have another look up there where we're going. Okay, so that's answered that question. Another one of mine just simply said you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself going out while the rest of us are stuck indoors. Well, you're not, you're safely indoors, you're safe indoors, you're not stuck indoors, you're being safe. And again, we are allowed out, we are allowed to exercise. So at least know some of your facts, at least, you know, if you're going to try to be a troll or whatever, at least try to know some of what you're talking about, you know, try to make some sense of it. And it's happened on other channels that I've followed. Some people have been really quite abusive, and other people have just been absolutely stupid. I saw one yesterday telling him that he was disgusting or something like that. Couldn't even spell. Yeah, disgusting going out. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know. And as I say, if you do a little bit of research and know some of what you're talking about, it's going to help. There's been two updates on exercising, on going out and about. The latest update is that you can drive or walk or cycle or get on your motorbike or whatever to go and exercise. However, you're supposed to spend longer exercising than you are on the journey. So if it's an hour's journey to do a 5-minute walk, that's not recommended in the guidelines, and they are guidelines. But if you drove for 20 minutes and did half an hour, come on love, did half an hour of exercise, then that's okay. Come on. Also in the latest one, the government say that you can go and attend to allotment, that's classed as exercise, or yoga, that sort of thing. The government also say It's perfectly okay to take a break. If you remember, there's some stories, I don't know what I said then, about police, you know, trying to do people for taking a breather, sitting on a park bench. But the government have now said, if you are out exercising and you need a break, you need some water or even some food, and you want to sit down on some grass or in a park or on a bench, it's perfectly permissible. So they are allowing people that little tiny bit of freedom. And as I said before, exercise, definition of exercise, is something to help improve and also calm the mind and the body. So it's the mind as well. So if you go out and you meditate, that's exercising. May not look like you're sort of charging around in your lycra, but you are exercising. That's so peaceful here. So blessed. So exercising can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people, but if you follow the guidelines, as I say, they're not laws, they're guidelines. You've got nobody to answer to but yourself. And these people typing this, you know, they want to sit indoors, shaking in fear that the lurg is going to come through their windows and attack them. And that's fine if that's how they want to be. But mind your own business and allow people to live their lives. Get on with their lives. And you know, if you are following the guidelines and you're doing nothing wrong, yep, it's a beautiful day for sure. The other thing is, if you look at the guidelines, they kind of recommend that it's once a day for exercise. But they do say, a little caveat, they do say on there that within reason, you can go out obviously more than once if you need to, or even several times. If you're a carer for somebody with autism that really suffers indoors, they need to get out and about, then you are allowed, you can take them out for a number of times. And somebody like myself, my depression is worse when I'm indoors. For any real length of time, I end up feeling quite cooped up indoors. So for somebody like myself, I get out when I want to. If I go out once a day for 10 minutes or 3 hours, or I go out 5 times a day for 10 minutes or 3 hours, that really is up to me as far as I'm concerned, because it does me good on a mental level. So I'm exercising my brain when I'm out and I'm thinking about making this video, or I'm just looking at nature, I'm talking to Bodhi, I'm trying to keep fit and active and all the rest of it. So it does me good to get out. It does me bad to feel cooped up. And I don't like to feel cooped up. If you ever visit me in my house, normally I've got one or the other of the doors open, I've got windows open, I've got curtains wide open, and I like to feel that I'm very, very close to the outside at all times. Hello. Okay, we'll have a little look at this field. There we go. Sorry, I just nearly lost the lead then. Beautiful. And behind me, it's absolutely wonderful. There you go. So we're going to go on a little bimble just around a couple of fields and then back home, regardless of how long it takes me. I don't bother with this sort of the 1 hour guideline. I don't bother with that for myself, but I'm causing nobody any harm. Get your ball, love. We're going to go this way. Great big flies. Sweaty. Even just a sweat is a good thing, isn't it? I've said about sighing before. When you sigh, you're releasing, and that cooped up feeling. You know, I've been indoors all night. Obviously I've been asleep, but been indoors all night, and then this morning for an hour, and now we're out, and the body and the mind is calming down, and the sigh, it comes on quite naturally. Beautiful. People seem to think, or some people seem to think, that they're on a house arrest, not a lockdown. They don't understand what lockdown is. And another friend of mine on his video, somebody said about social isolating. He was 30 odd miles away from home on his push bike. And they said, well, that's hardly social isolating. Well, he couldn't have been further away from people. Here's the horses again. Beautiful, calm, still day. Just got a t-shirt on today. Fields of the Nephilim, one of my favourite bands. Okay, just going to enjoy our little bimble. I can't play just here, love. I have to go on to the next field. He's in his position, you see, he's waiting. I know, you're waiting on the next field, my friend. Whew. Getting a bit hot. Hey, we can't complain though, can we? Really can't complain. So, am I breaking the law? That was another one that I got, about being ashamed of yourself for breaking the law. There is no law, there's a set of guidelines, and to a degree, because I use my common sense, to a degree I kind of follow the guidelines, and they are just that, guidelines. Come on, my love. You're a bit excited there. We can't play just here. I don't want to go into the horse field, because they're running there. He won't do anything to the horses, but it scare them. I don't want them being scared. They're chilled. Let them remain that way. Yeah, should I be ashamed of myself for breaking the law? Well, there is no law to break, so that's that. Should I be ashamed of myself? Well, no, because I haven't done anything wrong. So there's nothing really to be ashamed of. And in fact, if I follow the guidelines, which I am to a degree, then I'm probably proud of myself, not ashamed of myself, because I'm a bit bit belligerent. I end up doing just what I want to do in life, really, to a greater degree anyway. But yeah, for me to follow the guidelines is the correct thing to do as far as we're aware. So yeah, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm allowed to be doing, and that's that. And I did find something interesting on the web this morning before I came out. The vaccine that they're working on, the company, Porton, I think it's Porton Biometrics or something like that, is owned by Matt Hancock, the Secretary of State, the UK government. So if we get a vaccine, the vaccine will come directly from the government. How do you feel about that? Would you take it? God, I couldn't trust the government to cross me safely across the fucking road, let alone stab me with whatever poison they decide to deem fit for monetary reasons, which is what it would be, because the government are going to stand to earn billions out of the vaccine. Billions upon billions. It'll go worldwide. That's something that you should do your research and be concerned about. Not some guy on his cycle, not some bald-headed bloke with a black and white dog having a bimble and a chat. Some more horses over there. It's such a beautiful, peaceful area that I live in. Hello, my dog. I have to just shift all this over because somebody wants to play. Which way you want to go, love? You choose. Ready? Go! That way, okay. Happy little boy. Yeah, don't worry what other people are doing, worry what you're doing. Makes me wonder, these half a dozen people or more that have complained, should you be breaking the law? Are you ashamed of yourself? You shouldn't be on your push bike. Lockdown means stay indoors only. I wonder if those people, I wonder if they've been naughty. I wonder if they have had their grandchild round or gone and visited their old mum. I just wonder that. Okay, well, I think we're just going to go up to the meadow area. I'm too tired to do a big circuit. The good thing about this place where I live, you can do mini walks really. And on that mini walk, you can just decide when you reach a point, shall I go a little bit further round? Shall I cut through? You don't have to go back on yourself at all, and we're not going to do that. We're going to go round, which is the same distance, but just cutting up through some fields and what have you. It's a wonder somebody hasn't complained about me walking through fields, but we've got the right to. Every villager, you know, we got that on email, we got that on letters and all the rest of it. They welcome us walking up through the land. No problem. As long as we don't deviate, as long as we don't go in fields, as long as we don't upset the horses, at least unnecessarily, you know. Some horses, as we know, they're a bit nervous and you can walk past them and they sort of get a bit scatty and they run away. But you're not doing that, you're not trying to frighten or upset the horse in any way. Whew, it's getting warm. I'm bloody boiling really. So I think we're going to head off home shortly, just go to the meadow and then play there for 10 minutes or so, tire my little boy out, and then go home, get myself a Slurpee. I've got no work on today whatsoever. As I'm making this, it's Friday. I don't know what the date is. I could guess the 23rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that. Who knows? Nobody knows the day anymore with this lockdown. But yeah, I've got no work on, but I am actually working on a piece of art, and I haven't worked on any art, not really, for over a week. Just haven't been feeling it or whatever. I did do a background. I was working on one about a week ago that had some trees in it. Didn't quite know how to finish it, so it's just resting. And I'll go back to that. Food. I'll go back to that if and when. The one I'm working on now is all yellow and white, or shades of whites and shades of yellows, and that's it. A couple of slight colours in there, but 99% of it is just white and yellow. Right, okay, so we reached the meadow. Lots of gnats. I like that. It's a beautiful day. Okay, so if you can get outside, get outside. And if you want to moan and complain, try to have half an idea, just half an idea of what the hell you're saying. Maybe it's the lockdown has destroyed people's minds. They can't think for themselves. I always say a lot of people are quite happy to let the government and the media do their thinking for them anyway. But, you know, when you've got a suit standing there that says you can exercise, and then you type in you shouldn't be exercising, God, what does that tell you about people? Get out and about and enjoy it. Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring? Could rain, could snow. Anything can happen, can't it really? Get out and enjoy it. Cheers for listening. We'll be back sometime soon. Take care then. Look after yourself and be well.